Welcome. You have reached review time with Emperiol. Today's review will be the movie The Big Ugly, starring Vinnie Jones, Malcolm McDowell, Ron Perlman. That's pretty much and Bruce McGill is pretty much the familiar actors in this movie that you has the most notoriety. Let's get into it now. It would be interesting to know or see if this movie, if we weren't experiencing the COVID-19, would this movie have made the movie theaters? This is really a movie that's a straight without, a C-list type movie and straight to DVD, one of them type movies, something that should have been on straight. If you're familiar with like Hulu, and I'm not even saying Netflix, I'm saying Hulu, maybe Amazon Prime, and you just happen to be flicking through movies and this movie was on there and you've seen some familiar actors and you clicked on it and watched it. It'd be interesting to know if this was actually going to make the movie theater. And I could see how they can take some of the action out of it and promote it in a trailer to make you think it was going to be something than what it was. But let's get into it. The movie starts off where Vinnie Jones, he's the main lead actor. He plays as Neelyn. And Harris is like his mentor type. They're on a plane arriving to the U.S. and you got Ron Perlman. His name is Preston, and he has business with Harris, who's played by Malcolm McDowell, and they got a deal going on where Preston is drilling for oil, and they're going to drill for oil, and I think they're doing it like illegally to drill for oil, and everybody's supposed to make out. Pardon me. So Neelyn has a girlfriend named Fiona, and Harris has a girlfriend too, but she's kind of irrelevant. Preston, like I said, is played by Ron Perlman. He's connected with the sheriff. I think he is the sheriff. He's connected with the cops in the county. And Milt, played by Bruce McGill, is with Preston. So Neelyn and Harris and their two girlfriends, they come off of the plane at the airport. Preston and his crew, they meet Harris and them, and it gets right into it. They all go out and party, and they make their deal, the deal that they came there to make, and they go out to party. And when they go out to party, Neelyn gets a little overdrunk, and they had a real crappy bar that really let stuff go, but Neelyn had one too many to drink. He started to beat the guy up. He's really not showing his girl Fiona attention. So by him not showing her attention like that, she's kind of left wondering in a sense. So he's tired and drunk and basically goes to sleep. Meanwhile, she's up, not really getting that much attention, and she wants to still wonder and, go do something. So, meanwhile, you got Preston, who has a son, basically played by Brandon Skinner. His name is basically Junior in a movie, and he is basically, he know his dad is the man, and he pretty much does whatever he want to do whenever he want to do it and whoever he want to do it to. So his thing is to lure women to drink, roofie them, and then do whatever with them and pretty much send them on their way. So he pretty much he bangs Harris's girl. Now Harris got a girl who's pretty much young, and she pretty much tells him, "Hey, I'm just with him because he pays me to be with me," you know. And then she pretty much they do outside in the alleyway or whatever, and that's pretty much the last bit you see of her, and she floats off. And then, but there's Fiona, which is Neelyn's girl. So they see her, and she's floating, and they kind of like, Junior's like, "Hey, you know, want to have a drink, you know?" And then she's like, kind of standoffish at first, but then she say, "All right, cool. I'm gonna just go have a drink." And so the next morning, Neelyn wakes up. He doesn't see her, and he goes out looking for his girl. He's going to the bar, this at a third. So he sees a woman at the bartender, basically questioning her like, "I know you seen something. You the bartender. What did you see?" And she pretty much standoffish at first. But then she gives him the information, basically like, "Yeah, I did see your girl here. And she was with Junior. And she was with Junior and drinking and whatever." So that feud him. He finally comes to his senses, look up his phone. When he looks up his phone, he see there's a missed call from his girl, and she leaves a voice message. She's terrified, and whoever's chasing her. So he searched for her phone. Her GPS took him out to some wooded area, and there he finds her in a river, face down, drowned, and she's dead. So now he's pissed, but they're there illegally, so of course he like, "I'm gonna take matters in my hand." So he wants to find out who did what, and that's pretty much becomes the plot. He runs into Junior. They have a little scuffle, and they fight. Then they break it up, and the woman who gave him information, she's the girlfriend of a man who works with Junior, and he pretty much tells Junior like, "Yeah, man, you know, me and her, we hitting off." And Junior tells him, "You need to leave her alone." He was like, you know, he pretty much like, "I'm into her, I can't leave her alone." So Junior beats him up. So that gave him the motivation to cross Junior. Junior have his own little squad. Neelyn is pissed, like, yo, they finally find out that Neelyn was behind killing his girl, that Neelyn finds out that Junior was the one who killed his girl, officially killed her. There was always speculation, but he officially found out that he was the one actually did it. So once it was on board that he did it, Harris knew this would mess up their deal. So he pretty much told Preston, "Yo, he's not gonna stop. He a different creed." And then Preston pretty much told him like, "You need to handle it. You handle Neelyn, and I handle Junior, which is my son." So Preston, you could tell like, that's my son type. So I'm gonna punish him, but you know, it's still my son. So Preston pretty much was telling Junior like, "I know you did what you did. You're gonna make this money, and then after that, you're gonna go about your business because you messing up business." Meanwhile, he's telling Harris to kill Neelyn. So where's the fairness in that? So nevertheless, Harris rolled up on Neelyn, pointing a gun at him, but that's his boy, like, you know, he was mentor, so he pretty much couldn't do it. And at that point, he like, you know, all bets is off. I don't plan to live through this. Meanwhile, now it's gonna be like a big showdown, and the townspeople, where they from, they don't respect the laws, so they like, you know, we got our own little group. we all got guns, and the land is pretty much ours, and we do what we want. And y'all drilling down here anyway, we really wasn't gonna get a cut of that. So the character that was part of Junior's group that traded on Junior, he got his boys together, and when he got his boys together, he pretty much was like, yo, we need to fight for our turf. So Junior ended up getting shot by the guy he beat up and to protect his girl and to save Neelyn. He ended up shooting him, and then Neelyn finished him off by suffocating him. Preston seen that his son was dead, and he summons a showdown with Harris. And meanwhile, Neelyn and the girl and the guy was off in the forest, and Neelyn pretty much told them, hey, the plane that we have set is scheduled, whoever shows up to leave at this time. This is y'all ticket out, you know, and just get back to the airport. And this is, follow this GPS and you get there. Don't stop for nobody. So Neelyn pretty much is going, he know he's going to die here or whatever's going to happen, and he's going down for war. He gets shot by Milt, and the rest of the townspeople come out and shoot him. So then there was a standoff with both towns, the townspeople that's on Preston's side and the townspeople on the other side. And they got like a sign that they show each other, and so they come and help Neelyn. So right now, Neelyn is bleeding out. That's how it pretty much ends for him. You don't know if he really died, but he's bleeding out. And then the two, you hear gunshots and it goes off, so you don't really know what happened. Preston and Harris is longtime friends. They having a drink off because they know they got to kill each other. And so they both telling each other, they both got a gun. One has a gun, one has a gun there, and both say, you know, their salutations to each other, and they had like 3 drinks, 3 shots to themselves, and then after they took the last drink, they both picked up the gun and shot each other. That's how that ended. The girl and the guy that was trying to get back to the plane, the cops is following behind them the whole time, signaling them to stop. They keep rolling. They finally make it to the airport, jump on that plane. You don't know how they dished the cops enough time to get to the airport way before the cops did. So by the time the cops got to the airport or the air landing strip, they were off in the air, and that's how it ended. And that I went through that whole review with an underwhelming movie. It was a pointless movie, man. Pointless movie. So if you see the label, the big ugly, and the selling point is the familiar actors in the movie. If you see the trailer, it might be interesting, but believe you me, I have a 4-star rating system. This is a 1 out of 4 stars. Just because it's familiar actors in there, and that's it. The storyline was terrible. So, subscribe to the channel and like this video. Comment if you did see it, but you probably didn't. But this movie's terrible. Till next time.